Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Okay, so when I planned out my schedule for this weekend and planned out the fact that I could still vlog today before we get ready for the wedding, I did not think about the sunlight on the front porch. So you get a little example today of what I talk about when I say that the sunlight was full on the front porch and I had to wait because it is currently, doing a little time and temperature check, it is currently 1:50, you can't even see the phone, it is 1:50 p.m. So I came out here, I just took the dogs out again before I vlog. Alex and I were getting our suits and stuff ready, and I looked at the front porch. I didn't really think much about it, and then I went inside and I made a cup of coffee and I brought it out here and I looked at the front porch and I was like, it is complete sunlight out there. It is good. And I like to sit in the other chair. I thought, well, maybe if I sit in the other chair it's better. It's even worse. It's 10 times worse. So I don't know how long it's going to take for, it's been kind of cloudy off and on today, so it might go, hey, how are you? It might go behind the clouds, but I apologize for the, nobody cares about the lighting on the vlogs. Nobody cares about the lighting. And I'm kind of like in between today needing a jacket and not needing a jacket. So I have on shorts and I have on my Birkenstock sandals. So I'm very, very comfortable right now. I'm in between needing a jacket and not needing a jacket. When I was like walking the dogs around outside and stuff like that, I was like, ooh, it's kind of chilly, like I need a jacket. But sitting out here in the full sunlight, I don't necessarily feel like I need a jacket. So I don't know, I'm kind of like hoping that the sun goes behind a cloud because this is a lot. So, but let's do a little temperature check since we already did the time check on here. Oh, she turned right back around. Okay, the temperature today is, oh, it's only 51 degrees. It feels a lot nicer than that outside. Said it's 51 degrees outside. And then, what's it supposed to be like today? Or is that going to be the high today? Oh, this stupid game comes up on my weather app. Okay, hold on. Does it say what the high is supposed to be today? Let's see. 53 is the high today. Tomorrow, oh, it's going to get warmer the next couple days. 56 tomorrow, 61, 63, 64, 61, 63. On next Sunday, 49. That's like the lowest in like the next 2 weeks. So yeah. So I'm doing a little early vlog, and then I think I'm gonna take this jacket off for a second. Doing a little early vlog, and then I'm gonna go inside and render it, and so that hopefully it's done rendering by the time that we leave, and then I'm gonna go upstairs and I trimmed my beard last night and shaved, so I don't need to do that tonight. But then I'm gonna take a shower and get suited up. So Alex is like wearing this, so he and all of his friends were wearing blue, so he's like, well, wear blue, and I said, okay, well, I'm gonna wear the suit that I got last time. I went through like some of my suits. The problem is that some of my suits that I've kept that fit now, I used to wear my suits like 32 length, and I don't do that anymore. That was, you know, like when the style was like they were a little bit like longer in your shoe. I wear my length like 30 now. And so, like, I like them to come up, not short, but like right at the top of my shoe. That's where I like them to come up. And so all of my older suits are 32 length. And so, like, when I was trying them with shoes, like, they come to like almost to like the bottom of the shoe. Like, you're almost kind of stepping on them. And I was like, yeah, I don't like that look. And so I was like, well, I bought this suit for Alex's other friend's wedding, so when's the chance that I'm gonna wear another suit again? So I was like, I'm just gonna wear this suit. And Alex was like, yeah, you just bought that suit, just, you know, wear it again. So anyway, to the other wedding, I believe I wore a white shirt. I should have just that day, because I was buying the suit, he was like, you know, like, you can wear it to his other friend's wedding today. And that day I was like, I should just buy 2 shirts and 2 ties. Then I would have 2 completely different outfits. And I was like, no, I'm gonna have all this time to come back to the mall and stuff like that. Well, I haven't gone back to the mall. And so the white shirt that I had before, like, I would have to like iron it and stuff. It's like washed and hung up in a hanger in the basement. I just don't want to iron it today. So I like go inside and I pull out, I was like, oh, I'll just, because he said most of his friends, like their husbands or their boyfriends, are not wearing ties. So I was like, okay, I don't have to wear a tie to this. So I went in and I pulled in, oh, there, I I started immediately like getting like a little bit chillier, and I looked up and it's going behind a cloud. Now I gotta put my coat back on. So I went in and I pulled out this, this black shirt that I have, this black button down, and I was like, okay, I'll just wear this black button down with this blue suit, and then it's like a completely different look, right? Not that it matters, you know. It's not like anybody's looking at me at the wedding, but so anyway. So then Alex is like going through his suits, and he pulls out this suit, and his suit is like bright blue too. It's like very matchy. And I said, you know, I'm wearing that suit, right? And he goes, yeah, but they're completely kind of different. He goes, like, my suit's a brighter blue. I'm like, okay, they're pretty close. And so I have the black shirt out, and he pulls out this shirt, and he's like trying on. He goes, what do you think? And I said, I think it looks really nice, but that's a black shirt. I'm wearing a black shirt too. And he goes, it's navy blue. I go, I'm pretty sure that's a black shirt. And he goes, babe, it's a really dark navy blue. It's like, it looks black, okay? So I go and I lay my shirt on top of it. Not that I care, but like, I mean, if we went, first of all, I mean, at 53 years old, I think like twinning it is kind of corny. But Alex has never been into that. Like, now I'm too hot. Alex has never been into like matchy outfits. And I haven't really ever either. And so I'm like, I would like to wear something that's, you know, a little bit different, but maybe we complement each other. I don't know, like that's a little bit better of a look to me. So anyway, I go and I lay my shirt on top of his navy blue shirt. His shirt is navy blue, but it's like navy blue black, and mine is like a light black, and they're like almost identical. So I'm like, and then I went down the basement and I was like, do I want to iron this shirt? I was like, I don't want to iron this shirt because if I wear a white shirt, then I'm going to wear a tie, and I don't really feel like wearing a tie today. So I was like, you know what? We're just going to be matchy. And if he wants to change his shirt at the last minute, he can change it. I have like really no other options for shirts because I have like a bunch of white button-down collars. This is stupid. So anyway, it doesn't matter. So anyway, so yeah, so we have his friend's wedding to go to today, which will be fun. I just made my cup of coffee for the day, so let me have a sip real quick. Hold on. My first cup of coffee for the day. So we are leaving here. He scheduled us a ride at 3:40. Everybody's getting there at like, I think it takes like a half an hour to get there. Everybody's getting there at like 4:15, and then the service starts at 4:30. And then I think the reception is, so the wedding will be like from 4:30 to 5. And then I think the reception is at 6, and it's at the same place. It's at this vineyard here in Indianapolis. So I asked Alex last night, I said, it's like going in between like being really chilly and being like too warm for this coat. I don't really know what to do. I don't want to keep on taking the coat off and on throughout the whole vlog. But anyway, I asked him last night, because I don't want to leave the dogs, you know, like for too long. I mean, a couple hours is fine, but I don't want to be like gone forever. And so I said, so how long is the reception? He's like, oh, it's just a couple hours and whatever. And he goes, I think the whole thing's going to be done by 10. And I said, okay. And I said, are you guys doing something like afterwards? And he was like, yeah. He was like, I think, he was like, a couple of us are going to go to this like, this bar here in town. But it's like this local bar on the north side that they go to sometimes. And he was like, you can come with us if you want. I was like, I go, do you care if I don't? He was like, no, babe. He was like, I don't care at all. He goes, I know you got, you know, get home for the dogs and whatever. And I was like, yeah, and I just don't want to go to this like local tavern. And he's like, or we might just go back to our house or whatever. He's like, you know, if you want to come, whatever. I was like, I said, I might be one of the first people to leave. I said, but I do, because I got to get back, you know, for the dogs and stuff like that. He was like, that's totally fine. So yeah, so we're going to the wedding, and then I will probably dip out before the end of the reception and get a ride back here, and then, yeah, and then get comfy and cozy with the dogs and all that kind of stuff. So it'll be nice. It'll be fun. Last night he was talking about, so his last friend that's getting married in the group, she gets married on Valentine's Day, and Alex is officiating the wedding. And so they are, like, putting together the bachelorette party, and they're, like, planning it and all that kind of stuff. So, oh, there's the mail. I can't remember what day he said that he's off. I thought he said he was off on Saturdays. Maybe he said, no, he said he was off on Mondays, I think. This guy's been our mail guy for like years and years. Hey, how are you?
Okay, how you doing?
Good. What day did you say you have off? Mondays?
Yeah, Monday.
Mondays, okay.
Yep, have a good week.
Hey, you too. Yeah, he's been our mail guy. Oh god, the sun is coming out again. He's been our mail guy forever. He got a new mail truck. Like, he was so excited about it because he used to have like a, like, you know, what do you call it? A postman car kind of thing. Like, what am I thinking of? What do you call that? Postman car. Just like a mail truck, you know, that looks like a, you know what I'm talking about? Okay. But now it's like an SUV. And the old one would like make all, I think you guys probably heard it on here. I would talk about it. It like made all these sounds, and he would say stuff, and he would be like, oh, I feel like this, you know, car's on its like last legs and whatever. Well, they got him this new SUV. He loves it. So anyway, so yeah, so that's tonight. I'm excited about the wedding. The wedding will be fun. It's going to be really, really pretty. And he was telling me like what tables we're sitting at tonight for the, I know everybody at the reception. I know everybody at our table, the reception, the table next to us. So it'll be fun. I'm excited about it. I don't love the getting ready for stuff like this. I don't love getting ready for anything. I just don't. Like, even getting ready for Caroline's last night, I was like, I just don't really want to get like ready and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, okay. I'll lay in bed for like 5 minutes, and I'll like, you know, scroll through stuff, and I'll be like, okay, when the clock turns 2, I'll start getting ready. I just don't like getting ready. I just don't. So anyway, he's down in the kitchen. So yeah, so it'll be tonight, and it'll be really, really fun. It'll be nice. So the girl that's getting married tonight, Alex, actually, he went to college with, and I remember their graduation. Where were we? Oh, her mom was at the last wedding that we were at. So she's best friends with the girl that got married last. And like the three of them, like, and Alex, like Alex and the two girls are like really, really close friends. And so the way that Alex met the other one that just got married was that the one that's getting married today, Alex and her were in college together. Like, they were both like marketing majors. And so I remember when Alex graduated from college, I mean, this is like, with that degree, like year 2 or something like that. Maybe it was like our first year together. I can't remember. But anyway, like, they split off the graduations by like program into like smaller program and stuff like that. And so, and then they had like this like party, like they had this like marketing party kind of thing. And it's like with a cake, and for like all the marketing students that graduated. Now it's getting cold again. For all the marketing students that graduated that year and stuff. And that was when I met her mom. I had like met her before that, but that was like when I met her mom. So that was like, oh my God, so long ago. And then the following, oh, no. So that was when, that spring, I met her first, because Alex was like, this friend of mine from school is in Miami for Ultra Music Festival. No, that would have been like no. I don't even know. But anyway, so she was down there with the friend that got married last month. Anyway, and the girl that's getting married today was dating somebody different. So we hung out with them at Ultra and stuff like that, and that was when I met them. So it's strange that she's getting married now, all these years later. But when we were at the last wedding, I said to her mom, I said, I remember the very first time I met you. It was like at the graduation party, and they had like this big cake, and I remember it was like in this room and stuff like that. It was really nice. And I went there with Alex's mom, and so yeah, so this wedding will be nice today. I like weddings when I'm not, like, you know, there was like a period of time where like everybody's wedding, I've talked about this before, like they would like put us in there, and like, I mean, Alex is still like in a lot of weddings. Well, none of his girlfriends, today, I don't think she's having like, her sister's like her maid of honor, and then she's having like one other person stand up there. And then like he's having like his brother and like one other person or something like that. The last wedding we went to, they didn't have any, groomsmen or bridesmaids or anything like that. The next one that we're going to in February, they are. And Alex is officiating it. And they were like, do you want to, like, I was like, no, like, I just want to be a guest. When I used to have to, like, be in weddings and stuff like that, like, I've talked about this before, like, our friends, I mean, it was very nice. I always thought it was really nice that they included us in there. But they would, like, so, like, they would put us, because we were typically more friends with, like, the bride than the groom, you know? And so, to make it make sense, I don't know why it makes any less sense to have, like, you know, 4 bridesmaids and then 2 men at the end of it. But, like, they would salt and pepper us at the end. You know what I mean? So like, and Alex would always be on the bride's side at the very end, and I would be on the groom's side. So what would happen was like, if there was like a bachelorette party, Alex would go with like, even though we were both of us more friends with, you know what I mean? And so like Alex would go, so this one year it was one of our friends, and she was going to Chicago and staying at like the public hotel and stuff like that, and he was getting an RV in West Virginia, like, and they were going hiking in the woods. And I told Alex, I said, I'm not doing it. And he goes, well, just call him. So like, I can't even remember how it happened. I talked about this not too long ago. He was like, Peter, I totally understand, it's totally fine. And he was like, it makes more sense for you to go with them anyway. So I went with them to Chicago, and that was a fun trip. That was like a whole weekend. I will say one thing, who was I talking to about this the other day? Maybe I was talking to Caroline about it last night, because, like, if you're my age, or even probably 10 years younger, like, bachelorette parties and, like, bachelor parties have, like, significantly changed. Like, when Fufu and Jesse got married, like, Jessie and her, like, sisters and her friends, like, they rented, like, a ranch in, like, Montana. And it was, like, they didn't rent it. They went there for, like, but it was, like, 4 days that they went to, like, a working ranch in Montana. Like, I can remember telling Tanya about that, and Tanya's like, that's, like, my dream. Like, a dude ranch kind of thing. I don't know if you call it that. But, like, they rode horses, and, like, they made fires. Like, people made fires for them, and they cooked outside. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like, it was really nice. Fufu, for his, I can't remember what the town is called. Alex still talks about it. He loved that trip. It was like some small surfer town in Mexico that I had never heard of before. I remember because Alex scheduled his flight to the wrong city. Like, it was like there's 2 cities called the same thing near there, but like one's like 8-hour drive away. And so like, he didn't know what to do. And then on the way back, he got really, really sick eating food. And so, like, he got there, because he screwed up the flights, he got there, like, the night before, because he had to, like, change everything. And so, I remember he called me, and, like, the Airbnb was on this road, but what he didn't realize was this town only had one road. Like, the entire town was on one road. And so, where, like, the driver let him out, and then, like, at this hotel, was at the very end of one road that he stayed at. He got there, like, at 10 or 11 o'clock at night. He stayed in his hotel. So the next day, he was like walking over to the Airbnb, and he was going to be like the first person to check in. Well, by the time he got there, everybody else was already there, because this road was literally like a 2-hour walk. And I remember he called me, and he's like, I'm literally pulling my bag down this like dirt road. And he's like, and there's like, you can't get a ride. There's no like Ubers or anything like in this area. And he's like laughing. He's like, so I just have to walk. But they loved that trip. And it was like, so where the Airbnb was, which was beautiful. They sent me pictures. It was so pretty. It was very modern and had like a pool on it. But like, they were like, so I think it was like 6 or 7 guys that went. And it was like all of Fufu's like fraternity brothers and Alex. And so, but like they would walk to like these, like they had like these beach, like these nightclubs on the beach and stuff like that. It's like some really it's like how Tulum was 20 years ago is like this town now. Anyway, but it's like everybody that I know, it's like a lot of, like in Indianapolis, like a lot of women that get married, they go to Nashville, Tennessee. But they'll go for like 3 or 4 days. Like Alex and his friends are talking about going to like Miami for 3 or 4 days, or like Mexico. I'm like, that's a pretty expensive trip for a bridal or for a bachelorette party. Like, I don't know. It's just like back in the day, it was like, you know, rent a stripper, go to 3 bars and call it a night. Like, I think that it's like, it's gotten so expensive. And the thing is that like, it's got to be so expensive today, you know, to like, I remember like when Caroline was getting married, and Caroline had something ridiculous, like there were like the total amount of parties, like there was like a couple's engagement party, then there was like the engagement party, there was like a couple's something else, but my mom had to go to like every like open house, every bridal shower, everything. And she was like, and I have to take a gift for every single one of it. And she's like, it gets really, really expensive. I can remember my mom talking about that. Oh, I told this not too long ago, because one of the things they did was they hired this artist, and the artist like painted all these pictures of, I should bring this painting out, it's so funny. The artist like painted all these pictures of, it's like this ladies' luncheon. It was somewhere really like, it was like a tea or something. So they all had to dress up, and they were like all in these like big dresses and stuff like that. And so one of the picture that my mom got, I think my Aunt Kathy bought it for my mom for Christmas that year, because you were all supposed to like buy a painting, and like that was like contributing back to like the artist giving their time or something like that. And my mom was like, I don't have the money to buy the painting. She was like, I'm not buying it. It was like expensive. It was like, I don't know, it was like $200 a painting or something like that. My mom's like, I'm not doing it. I don't have the money for it. She's like, I'm sorry, you know. So I think my aunt ended up buying her the painting, because we have the painting in the house. But what's funny about the painting is, so it's literally like, if I showed you this, I like the picture. I think it's very cool. It's very different. Do I think it's worth a couple $100s? No, definitely not. But it's a cute picture. But it's very much kind of like, not caricature like at the state fair, but it's like, it's just like a quick painting that's kind of done. But what's so funny is, I remember my mom had like this sailor's dress on that she had got, like, she was working at, what was that place at the mall? It was before Nordstrom's and Saks. What was that? Well, Saks is gone now in Indianapolis. What was that place called? God, what was there before Saks at the fashion mall? Why can't I remember what that place was called? But she got this, it was like straight across this sailor dress, and she was so excited about it. So this was like the big dress that she wore. I don't know why this cracks me up. Just because you know which one's my mom in the picture. Well, she's like pointing at somebody in the picture, like the artist caught my, so I mean, like how long was my mom like pointing at people during the discussion that the artist that's sitting in the corner, like drawing and sketching, that my mom's got her finger up pointing at somebody the whole time? Because the picture is like literally my mom's like pointing at somebody. But you know it's her because she's got this sailor's dress on. Why do I feel like that store started, my mom worked there for a while. It started with a J, I feel like. Oh, Caroline's texting me about last night. I put this up. Oh, here I was going to show you guys for some people. So here are the cookies. You guys cannot see these cookies. Hold on a second. It's too dark. Okay, here are the cookies that I got. And then, oh, here's Caroline's trinket box. You can go look it up on my Instagram. The sun is ruining my cinematography today. Okay, let's look. Everybody's posting their Halloween costumes from last night. I always feel like it's kind of like, I mean adults, not the kids. I always feel like adults are kind of like who can outsmart or come up with like the most original idea, which I kind of live for, but, was it like Jansen's or something? What was at the fashion mall before Saks? It's gonna put like 400 stores up there because there's all these stores that closed down. Jacobson's! Oh my god, I totally forgot about that. My mom worked at Jacobson's. Oh no, but it says it opened in 2003. Oh no, Saks moved into the former Jacobson's location when it opened in the mall in 2003. So I think maybe my mom worked there at the time that Caroline got married or something like that. God, I totally forgot about Jacobson's. My mom worked so many shops in the mall, and she hated it. She hated every single one of them. She could never figure out the computer system. It was like, if you've ever seen the movie Auntie Mame, when she sends everything like COD because she doesn't know how to do the cash register. That was like totally my mom back in the day. She didn't know how to do any of it. My mom, like, she would always say, I didn't get fired, I got let go. I'm like, I don't know what that means. She would even start laughing, because I would come over here, and she would call me and she would say, well, what was the one place that she worked at? It was called like Filofax or something. Do you guys remember those? Because we all got them for Christmas that year. My mom would work places that then she got a discount. So then we would all, like, when she worked at, it was before it was Macy's at the mall up here. What was it though? And we all got, she called it Domestics, and we all got towels and sheets that year for Christmas. My mom, listen, my mom was number one, the smartest clearance shopper in the entire world, okay? She would go in places, and she would wait and wait and wait and wait until she would see her eye on something, and she would wait until it got marked down. Like, forever. I'll never forget, she was so proud of this leather jacket that she wanted. I can't remember where it was from. But anyway, she went in there. It was like this biker jacket. She wanted this jacket so bad. It was really cute on her. And she went in there originally, and she would, oh, this is the other thing. She would become friends with, like, the people that worked in the store. So then she would, like, be like, well, do you have a friends and family discount? It kind of cracks me up. I mean, I'm not that way at all. I would be so embarrassed to even ask one of my good friends for their friends and family. My husband would not. Oh, my husband, he has asked full-on people for their friends and family discount. I would be kind of embarrassed to do that. So anyway, but my mom, this leather jacket, where was that? I probably told the story before and said the store. I can see the store in my head. What was it that, the Loft? Was that maybe what it was? My mom loved Ann Taylor, the Loft. Because my mom was real short, and so she would say they had stuff that was like her size in there. She was real petite. Okay, it was some leather jacket, but it was like this biker kind of jacket that she wanted. I don't even remember how much it was. It was like $100, $200, something like that when she first looked at it. So she would go try it on, and she'd be like, oh, it's cute, but it's kind of expensive. And so then the woman said to her something like, I can't remember how much she got it for. It was ridiculous. It was like $20 or something. And so the woman was like, well, I think it's going to go, I probably shouldn't tell you this, but it's going to go on sale next week or something. This is so long ago. This is probably before we were even sober. But anyway, and then she's like, oh, thanks. And she's like, Nick, can you hold that for me? And she's like, no, we can't hold it for you, but I can like let you know. And she's like, okay. And my mom went in there over this leather jacket for like, she ended up getting it for like something ridiculous, like $20. Finally, the woman like looked at her and said, you just... But my mom was such a good, like, clearance shopper. Like, she would look at stuff. The other thing she would do is, like, okay, like, today, she probably would, actually, she wouldn't go today, like, the day after Halloween. She would probably wait, like, a week or two, and then she would go look at the Halloween stuff. And she would buy, like, Halloween decorations, but mostly what she would buy is, like, napkins for her party the next year, and she would buy, like, greeting cards. My mom had, when she passed away, I've used most of them now, but she had a bag of these cards. There was this card store in Broad Ripple, and it was called Chelsea's, and she would go there a lot. And so the bag was a Chelsea's big plastic bag. But when this bag, she had the most unique cards. And so she would go into like card stores when cards were on sale, Halloween, Christmas cards, but she would just go throughout the year. And so she would buy cards for 10 cents, but she would save them forever. And so like if somebody had like a wedding or a birth, like if I, today I was like, Mom, I need a wedding card. She'd be like, oh, here, let me look. And she'd go through, I mean, she would have the coolest, most unique cards because throughout the year, when she was just at a store, she would just look at cards. And if they were on sale, or if a store was going out of business or something like that, she was really smart with how she shopped. Caroline has said so many times, your mom was like the best gift giver ever. And she really was, but what she would do is, so like, let's say if like at Halloween last night, I mean, this is actually probably a little close to Christmas, but like, let's say if it was Easter, right? And we're over at Caroline's house. Caroline has this trinket case that she absolutely loves. I didn't even know what it meant. I walked by this trinket case. I showed a picture last night. People were asking me why there's a croc on there, a shoe. I have no idea. I meant to ask Caroline last night and I forgot. It doesn't really kind of fit with who Caroline is, that she would have like a croc thing on there. Some of them are like Limoges that were like my Aunt Kathy's. Some of them are just like little like, what do you call them? Thumb. I can't remember what those things are called. But anyway, she has like a jack-o'-lantern on their Christmas stuff. It's really cute. I didn't know what it was. It's like a trinket case. And so she's got these little small trinkets in there. She's so proud of it. It is really cute. So anyway, but like, okay, let's just say if we were there for Easter. And Caroline said, why can't I think of what that's called? A thumb? Anyway, let's say if Caroline said, I'm looking for, I'm just totally making up something. I'm like a squirrel, but like in the shape of a C for my name, right? Okay, and my mom's like, okay, well if you had to like order that online, it would cost you probably like, a lot of money. So let's just say my mom's out somewhere. I mean, she went to thrift stores, she went to all kinds of stores, and she just, oh my God, let's say it was April, and she'd be like, oh, there's a squirrel with a C on it, and it'd be like, and she would buy it, and so then she would save it back for Caroline for Christmas. When people talk about having their Christmas shopping done, like Nikki and Tanya are talking to me about they want their Christmas shopping done, oh, Caroline too, by the first week of December. My mom had her Christmas shopping done, like, I mean, months in advance, because she would start buying stuff like for your birthday or Christmas, like the day after your birthday or Christmas, because when you would mention something to her, she would like write it down, and then she would remember it, and then if she was out and she saw it, like books with me, I would just say something to her like, I'm trying to think of like a book, like my aunt used to give me like the vintage books. I'm not like a big saver on the vintage books. My mom did, but I didn't love that so much. But I'm trying to think of something that like, I can't even think of it, but like my mom, like if I wanted like a keychain, and I wanted like a keychain that had like an anchor on it or something, I think I did say that to her. One year I went through this whole thing where I loved anchors, and so like my mom would like buy me like a keychain that had an anchor. I wanted like a necklace that had an anchor on it, and so like she would go and she would buy that stuff, but she had it like months in advance because she would find it on like deals and stuff like that. She was really smart with shopping and stuff like that. So, but anyway, yeah, speaking of Halloween, so the camera stopped. Am I at 30 minutes already? Oh my god, before I know it, I'm gonna have to start getting ready for this wedding. It's kind of cool. I actually thought about wearing, like, I think I have a sweater vest up there. I was like, am I so old I'm gonna wear a sweater? I kind of like sweater vests, though. But I was like, maybe I'll wear a tie with a sweater vest and I can take my jacket off at the thing. Because it's kind of, I mean, it's going to be chilly tonight. But I said to Alex, I said, it's outside. And he goes, on November 1st, it's not going to be outside. I go, some people get married outside. I just watched Haul Out the Halloween. They got married outside and it was right before Halloween. So anyway, and actually, today would be a pretty day to have a service outside. It would be cold, but it would be a pretty day to have a service outside, or a wedding outside. So, last night, well, I vlogged, and then I didn't really do a whole lot after that. Oh, wait, Alex was inside, and I was like, are you going to watch, like, a Halloween movie or something? He was like, oh, yeah, and then he watched the good fight. He's so into it. So, I sat there and I finished the 31st Trick-or-Treater, that book, last night before we went to Caroline's, before I got ready and stuff. Because I knew it was like a real long chapter, because I had like 7% of it left. So I was like, I'm going to read this. A couple people messaged me before I got done with it, and they were like, oh my god, it was so bad. I would have to go through all my DMs to find out, but it was somebody that was really, I think it was somebody that watches a vlog, and they sent me like a really funny DM about it, and whatever, and then they said they'd take their kids trick-or-treating, and they were afraid of, like, Martin Donovan is, like, somebody in the book, and they were like, I'm afraid of Martin Donovan. I was like, ah. It was real funny. So whoever you are, if you're the one that was messaging that, you cracked me up last night, so thank you. But anyway, I finished it last night. Well, this is what's interesting. The last chapter is real long, and then it just kind of ends. When I was talking to Nikki about it yesterday, she was like, I feel like there's so many unresolved answers. I don't know. I kind of feel like there are. I gave it 3 stars. Nikki gave it 2 stars. It was bad. I mean, the thing is that took it from 2 stars to 3 stars for me is that I like the concept that it was an advent calendar book. I did. I like that it was an advent calendar book. Listen, you can sell me on an advent calendar. If you got a gimmick, you can sell me every time. I love that it had an advent calendar aspect to it. I thought it was cute because of that. That was it. No, I liked it. I mean, it was fun reading it. It was fun doing it. I thought the end of it, like, well, I mean, it's over now, but I'm going to do a full reaction to it over on my, oh shoot, you know what? I was like, why am like my throat itching? I didn't take my allergy medicine. I'm gonna do a full reaction to it over on my BookTube channel, but what's funny about it is that like they don't even want to send their kids out of this town that have already been kidnapped because they're so intent on like finding the person and taking him down. But then it's like at the very end, all these other people like are taken. And they're just, like, at home, like, cozy on the couch watching a movie. Like, they're just kind of, it's like, they spent the whole book trying to, like, find out what happened to these missing kids. And then it's, like, at the very end, they don't care about missing people anymore. They're just, like, done. It's just, like, we're on the couch and we're cozy, and it's, like, we've got our family back. So it's, like, but did you really care about these people? I don't think you really cared about these people. So I texted Nikki last night, and Nikki was getting kind of heated about it. Because we both finished it around the same time. Hold on. So I texted Nikki, and I said, oh, she's already got her Christmas. Look, Nikki's already got her, she said tonight after trick-or-treating. She's got her peppermint mocha, coffee mate, and cold foam. She's ready for, baby, it's Christmas. Okay. Where's the text messages about this? Oh my god, so Mike made me vegetarian. I was texting her that I had 2 bowls of chili last night. Oh my god, I had 2 full bowls of chili last night with oyster crackers and cheese. Macaroni, the only way to do it. And what else did I had so much to eat last night. Oh my god, so Mike made me my own bowl of vegetarian chili. It was so good. So good. Okay, I texted her and I said, I finished it at 4:33. I said, dumb. She said, girl, I fell asleep. She listens to it on the Audible speak back. She said, I have 10 minutes more left. And then she got it done. She said, dumb. So many questions left unanswered in that damn book. I said, exactly. And she said, You shouldn't write an Advent book if you can't execute it properly. This was like a pile of ideas without answer. Like, he wrote it just to get it out. I go in, bitch. So anyway, Halloween is over. Yay, 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 Halloween's over. It was fun. So I got ready last night. Alex and, wait. Oh, we ran the errands before I vlogged last night, yeah. So we went to Caroline's last night. It was a real small group. So we went to Caroline's last night, and it was Caroline and Mike, and then her son and his girlfriend, and then her parents, her dad and his girlfriend, they've been together for like 20 years, came over. They're super, super nice. I love them. And then Caroline's stepson and his wife came over, and then one of Caroline's friends was there. She came early, and then Alex's mom came like 10 minutes after we got there, and she stayed, and we left at the same time. So it was really good seeing her, and so she was telling us all about all of her trips that she's been on and stuff like that. And she brought cheesecake. We brought cookies from Taylor's Bakery. I'm trying to think of what everybody else brought. I can't remember. Anyway, it was nice. So they had chili. Oh, Caroline made the mushrooms last night. You know I love the mushrooms. And they were so good. I like gotten my bowl of chili, and I was like halfway through my bowl of chili. And Caroline goes, "You forgot your mushrooms." And I go, "What?" And she goes, "I made mushrooms." I like looked over the crock pot. I was like, oh my God, the mushrooms. So I came over there. I was going to get another, because she had like these big white bowls for chili, and then she had like little matching smaller bowls. So I was going to get a side one. She started putting them in my chili. I go, "Caroline, not mushrooms in my chili." And she started laughing. So anyway, so yeah, we had fun. We got there at like, right at like 5:30. There weren't a lot of trick-or-treaters last night. I was kind of surprised. Caroline's neighbor, one of her neighbors came over, the husband and wife from next door. They came over probably about a half an hour before we left. And then Caroline was sitting out. They had like a bonfire, like one of those metal bonfire things in their driveway. And so she was talking to her neighbor, the wife, when we left. What was I going to say? There weren't a lot of trick-or-treaters last night. I was kind of surprised. Like, Caroline's neighborhood gets a lot of trick-or-treaters. When we left here, we saw, I think there was like a curfew last night. It was like I thought it was 5:30 to 7:30. But then David last night, Caroline's son, said that it started at 6:30. So it must have started at 6:30 last night and gone to 8:30 or something like that. When we came home, we still saw, like, they were older kids. I think there might have been like a party in the neighborhood or something like out that neighborhood, because we saw like kids walking home, but I didn't see them like carrying like trick-or-treat bags or whatever. They looked like they were like, I don't know, 13 or 14. They looked older. And there was like groups of 2. But none of them looked like they were trick-or-treating. So I don't know if there was maybe like a neighborhood party somewhere, like people were walking home. But we got home, we got home like right at 9. We left there at 8:30. Because I was like, we stayed almost exactly 3 hours. Alex's mom was like getting tired. So she was like, she had like something she went to first, and she had worked all day. So she was like, I'm gonna go home. And I was like, and Alex was like sitting in the living room. He was talking to Caroline's friend, and she was her friend was getting ready to leave. And so I looked at him, I was like, "Are you ready to go?" I was kind of winding down. I was tired. And he was like, "Yeah, I'm ready to, whenever you are." So he like got some of the Taylor's Bakery's cook. I wish I had brought the mushrooms. I'm pissed, because I got home last night. So, why do I hear thunder? I can't be thunder. It sounds like it's gotta be like a pickup truck or something. Anyway. I had bought these 2, what do you call them, like chocolate chip cookie sandwiches with the frosty in the middle of them. And then I haven't had mine yet. I don't think Alex had his either, but I bought him like a big chocolate chip cookie. He had his. I ate like a little bit of my snickerdoodle yesterday. It's hard as a rock. I was so pissed. I was like, oh my God, because I got a snickerdoodle too. And then I was mad that I didn't bring some of the Taylor's Bakery's cookies home, because I got 8 of them, but they were big. So most people just had like half of them. Alex, I think, brought 2 or 3 of them home, so I could have one of those. But I don't know. I've got to get rid of the candy that's in this house. It's not good. I kept these. So I did this Little Debbie review on my review channel. I did like Christmas Little Debbie's, the Christmas tree cakes, and then the Nutty Buddies, which I don't really like those. Do you remember I like joked that, because Caroline and I, like, we were in, like, I think we were like in Target or the grocery store or something, and I took pictures of it. This was months ago. And I said, oatmeal cream pies. And she's like, no, Nutty Buddies are where. I was like, Caroline, nobody eats Nutty Buddies. And then I said it in a video. I think I said it on my vlog. And everybody was like, everybody eats. The tripod fell. It must have been the ghost of the Nutty Buddies. So anyway, Caroline and I were wherever we were. We were talking about the Nutty Buddies versus the oatmeal cream pies because I love oatmeal cream pies. And Caroline was like, no, Nutty Buddies are where it's at. And then I got on video and everybody was like, Caroline's right, Nutty Buddies are where it's at. So I reviewed these like white frosting covered Nutty Buddies and they really are pretty good. So last night I may have had 1 or 2 or 3. But they're not like the double pack. I remember like when I was growing up as a kid, the Nutty Buddies were like a double pack. Am I like remembering that wrong? Like it's just 1 stick now. 1 Nutty Buddy. Why does that sound kind of dirty? But anyway, it's just like 1 stick now. So last night when we came home, took the dogs out. They were real sweet last night. Like they like, after I took them out and stuff like that, I took them out for like walks down the street and then they were like in the yard and we just kind of sat out here for a while. So they were outside for a while. When I brought them inside, they were kind of really tired and really sweet. And so like we went upstairs and Alex was in bed already. And so he was like, what was he gonna, he was like, he was gonna watch an episode or 2, but he's like, I want to get a good night's sleep tonight. Cause he knew like, you know, after the wedding, they're gonna do stuff, whatever tonight. And I said, okay. And so I said, well, I'm going to watch some shows, but I'm going to lay down here for a second. The dogs, like, fell right asleep. And then I laid down for probably... Oh, well, no. So I took them out, and then I got my vlog and stuff up. Because I looked at the time, and at that time it was like... Yeah, we got home... Because I took them out right as I got home. We were outside for, like, 25 minutes. And then I came inside. It was like, I looked at the clock. And it was like 9:33 when I posted the vlog. Because I was like, oh my god, it's almost exactly, because I usually try to schedule it for, you know, 9:30. Tonight's will not probably go up at 9:30. Tonight's will go up probably, unless I get home before 9:30. Text messages from BravoCon, because Tanya and I both signed up to win tickets to BravoCon like 3 years ago. And so I get like daily texts from BravoCon. Anyway, so yeah, so... brought them in, and then I laid down for a little bit. And then when I got up, I was like, what do I want to watch? Oh, so, okay, Caroline's stepson and his wife, like, watch as much TV as I do. So we're always talking about TV shows. Oh, by the way, everybody last night had already seen, Caroline had already seen it. She hated the ending to it. House of Dynamite. Oh, we were all talking about Task last night. Everybody was talking about how great Task is. Anyway, Caroline's friend had seen House of Dynamite. It was like everybody had already seen this movie, House of Dynamite. I was like, it just came out. Caroline's like, I watched it the night that it came out. So anyway, I was asking her stepson, I was like, what are like, I want like a spooky, scary show. And he was like, have you seen The Leftovers? And I was like, no, it's on my list. People have recommended it to me. And I was like, is it really good? He goes, it's really, really good. So I was looking it up, and then I went back in, I was talking to him, because we were outside, and then I, like, by the bonfire, and then we were inside sitting. It got really cold, so we went inside the living room, and Caroline, like, made a fire in the fireplace, and we were all sitting in there. It was real cozy. It was real cozy night. And I think that was when I was having my second bowl, full bowl of chili, you guys. Oh my god, it was so good. And so, somebody asked me, one of my friends last night said, well, so since yours is vegetarian, what does that mean? Okay, I'm starting to get really cold out here. So there was a big pot of chili on the stove, okay? And that was like ground beef, beans, the watery, whatever that is, tomato stuff, onions, green peppers, all that kind of stuff. Mine's all of that without the ground beef. So he just makes like that, and then he makes like a big pot of it, and then he adds the ground beef into the bigger one. The smaller one doesn't have ground beef in it. So it's basically kind of just like soupy. What's that ad back in the day? Everything's soupy. Do you guys remember that? What was that? But anyway, and then Caroline on the counter, she has like a big bowl of like elbow macaroni, cheese, shredded cheese. This is shredded cheese if you're doing a song that has shredded cheese, like Tanya and I. This is shredded cheese. And then oyster crackers, which are like Alex's favorite. A big thing of like, this is sour cream. Jalapenos, but I don't put jalapenos in my chili. So I had 2 huge bowls of chili, you guys. It was so good. So many people have said about like cornbread, like in the South, people eat cornbread or cinnamon rolls with chili. And to be honest with you, I've had it every single way. Cornbread is a big Midwest thing as well with chili. Like people put Like, they'll put cornbread in a bowl and then put chili on top of it. Or they'll just have cornbread and they'll dip it in the cornbread. Or dip it in the chili. Because I know that the major, like, 2 years ago, it was Moosegate versus Deergate. Moosegate 2020. Was that 2023? 2024? It was Moosegate 2 years ago with the sheets. This year will go down in history as a great chili debate because everybody has so many different opinions about how chili should be. But a lot of people have been saying that, like, cornbread, don't you know corn? Yes, cornbread. My mother, I've talked about this on here. My mother grew up when I grew up with my mom making the Jiffy cornbread in the little blue packets. Every time we had, she would make raw apple muffins which that was kind of her thing that she did. But usually cornbread. We would also sometimes, well, maybe that was more spaghetti. We would have, what do you call it, garlic bread. I think that was more spaghetti that we would have garlic bread. It is starting to get chilly out here. Chili? Is it time for chili? Oh my God, it was so good. I didn't bring anything home. Because Mike was like, well, take home the vegetarian chili. And I was like, no, I probably won't want it. And then I got home last night and I was so hungry. So anyway, Caroline's stepson told me to watch The Leftovers, which was already on my list because a couple of you guys have recommended it to me. So I went in and we were sitting by the fire and I was talking to him and I said, is it like conclusive? He goes, what do you mean? And I said, is it like, he's like, yeah, it ends conclusively. It's like 3 seasons that ends conclusively. So I was going to come home last night. There's all these shows I want to watch, from Lazarus. Is this my neighbor coming home? She is at gardening conventions all weekend long. Every weekend. Is this her? No. Her car's kind of maroon. That was red. It was bright red. So anyway, what was I talking about? So I came home last night. I forgot from my nap. I didn't read at all last night. I know. Failure. We're going to start that tonight. I gotta get my books done so I can get onto the Christmas books. That's where we're at. Listen, Linda, okay? I've got to finish 4 Thursday Murder Club books. This is what I have to do for November. Are you ready? 4 Thursday Murder Club books, okay? Plus the November book for the Cozy Mystery Book Club. That's 5 books, okay? 3 books, Alex Cross, James Patterson books for October. And then I got 11 books to catch up on. Now, if I read a book every other day, if I listen to it while I'm walking, if I were to do that, okay, which would be very dedicated listening and walking every day, that means I would finish a book every other day because it takes me about 2 days to finish an audiobook when I'm walking like an hour and a half, 2 hours and listening to it at the house. That would be 22 days just to get caught up on these books. The James Patterson books are quick reads, so some of those I can get done in a day, so I don't know. But then I have all these books I want to listen to. I want to listen to Secrets by Dan Brown. I think what I might do is the Cozy Mystery Book Club for November. I might go in and I might actually, after I finish this Thursday Murder book that I'm listening to right now, plus not to mention the 8 physical copy books that I'm reading, and the 2 Kindle books that I'm reading. I just love books. I just do. I love books so much. I might go in and actually read the November Cozy Mystery so that I'm caught up. You know what I mean? And then I can finish the Thursday Murder Mystery books. They're long listens to on Audible. So anyway, last night, I was like, I have all these shows I want to watch. Like, okay, for me to watch like Eileen Wuornos, like that documentary, or even like a 3 or 4 part documentary or something like that, like while I'm watching other shows is one thing. Oh my God, and you know what else? I have Ghosts, Matlock. I did watch Survivor this week, so I have Amazing Race, Matlock. I've already watched Dragula this week, Elsbeth, and Ghost to catch up on. I've got a lot of shows to catch up. Oh, we got The Housewives still too. We've got Orange County and Salt Lake City. I got lots of TV to watch. I got lots of catching up to watch. And Sister Wives tomorrow, and I've still got to finish Welcome to Plathville in the Valley. So November's gonna be I'm gonna be grateful for catching up, is what I'm gonna be. November's gonna be grateful for catching up. But anyway, so last night I was like, I'm so into Shetland. I am so into that show. I've said this so many times. But I was like, I need to just get caught up on I need to finish it but I found like 2 new BritBox shows last night. I was like, once I finish Shetland, then I can watch like Lazarus is 1 season on Prime. Invasion, I got just the last season to watch. Severance, season 2. All these, Yellow Jackets, battery just went to the halfway mark. Yellow Jackets, the last season. But it's just 1 season. It's not like 9 seasons. Okay, so I was like, I'm watching Shetland. So last night, I think I had 3 or 4 episodes of Shetland season 8. There's only 9 seasons out so far. The 10th season starts on BBC One, November 10th. So I think I'm going to wait till the whole season comes out and start watching it. But anyway, so I watched all of season 8. Okay, this is what's so strange about it. For those of you that have watched Shetland, I know Lisa has. Hey, Lisa. For those of you that have watched Shetland, like I've said this a couple times, but I was so worried about the main character changing from Douglas Henshaw to this woman detective. Her name's Ruth Calder. I don't know who the actress is, but her name on the show is Ruth Calder. I love her so much. Season 8, which is her first season, I think might be my favorite season of the show. And I'm really, really surprised because I just was so worried that like once she came on, because I knew there was like a major cast change. I was like, I don't even think I'm going to like it. But to find out that this has been my favorite season, I thought season 8 was the best, I just bit inside my mouth, the best season so far. So then I started season 9. So I'm like 20 minutes in to episode 1 of season 9. So I'm hoping to finish Shetland this weekend. And then I'll be completely caught up on Shetland. And then I have all of my shows. Then I'll probably watch Lazarus. I want to watch Falling Skies. Although I started it. It was kind of cheesy. You guys want to know all my shows that I have? I mean, this doesn't even count like the newest ones. I would have to go through my... What are they trying to sell? It's time to vote for our BravoCon Award show. No, I'm good. I don't even add any new shows to like my watch list anymore. I was actually talking to him last night too about Grey's Anatomy because his wife still watches Grey's Anatomy like Alex. And he's like, I watched up to season 6 and I stopped. He's like, it's just the same show over and over and over again. I said, so you don't think I should watch it? He goes, I don't really think you'll like it, Peter. He's like, it's not like The Pit. I go, it isn't? He goes, no. He goes, it's not like The Pit at all. So anyway, my weekly TV shows right now, Orange County, Salt Lake City. Orange County is like, I think this week was the last week, and then it's a reunion. Sister Wives, Survivor, Amazing Race. Oh, I'm still catching up on Below Deck Mediterranean. I need to put Matt on here. Hold on a second, because I just have Below Deck. I think I have 2 episodes to catch up on. It's whatever. I think I have 2 episodes to catch up on, and then I'm completely caught up in Below Deck Mediterranean. I'll probably watch those this weekend, too. Dragula, I already watched this week. Ghost, Elsbeth, Matlock. I have Matlock and Matlock last week, but I felt like I watched it last week. Oh, Only Murders in the Building will be the next thing I watch once I get done with Shetland. And then Welcome to Plathville. I've got 6 episodes still to watch. And I got to finish The Valley. And The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives starts in 2 weeks, I think. Or does it start sooner than that? I don't know, but I got a lot of TV shows to watch. So November is going to be a month of TV shows, movies, and books. I probably won't really start like the Christmas shows. I'm going to do a lot of Christmas movies. I think between now, for my movie channel, between now and like the end of the month, I will probably do like a lot of Lifetime movies. I like to do a lot of like Lifetime movies, cult classics, movies that people talk a lot about. So if you have any recommendations, put it in the comment section below. Like I'll probably review a lot of those kind of movies. Just like fun movies to watch. I'll probably rewatch some movies and stuff like that. So that's my plan. December, I'm going to do a lot of Christmas movies. And actually, I need to make a schedule, is what I need to do. I need to make like, no, seriously. Like I need to make a schedule where every day I'm watching a movie and recording. So I'd like to have like, on the weekends, I would have like a pre-recorded like movie review of like some old school movie. So like throughout the week, I would watch, because then that will force me to watch a Christmas movie every day in the month. And I think that would be really fun. So I might start that like the day after Thanksgiving. And when is Thanksgiving this month? Or this year, I don't know. Hold on, let's see, let's look at the calendar. It's on the 27th, which is only 3 days then for, Alex sent me this TikTok the other day. So you know there's like Cyber Monday, Black Friday, all that kind of stuff. Okay, apparently there's this thing that it's called Travel Tuesday, and it's December 2nd. I shouldn't give away the secret, but apparently this girl did this TikTok about it. And like resorts, airlines, cruises, like everything, like gives great deals on December 2nd. So if you're thinking about planning a trip, Tuesday, December 2nd would be the day to do that. Which is interesting because when I book trips, because I'm usually the one that books the flights and all that kind of stuff, I always book it on a Tuesday or a Wednesday. I was told that those were the cheapest days to book flights. You never want to book it like on a Monday when people are back in the office, or on a Friday or a Saturday, the weekends, because that's when people are thinking about trips. Tuesdays and Wednesdays are always the best days to book trips. I've always found you get the cheapest flights. So, little inside knowledge for those of you that didn't know. But anyway, yeah, last night was a lot of fun. So I finished season 8. I can't believe I watched 8 seasons of Shetland. I mean, the seasons are only 6 episodes each. But I finished that, and then I started watching season 9. Which season 9 starts off, maybe I was further than 20 minutes. Maybe I watched the whole season, or episode 1 of season 9. I can pull it up in my Prime and see. I have 40 minutes left. So I'm probably like 20, 25 minutes in, because the episodes are like an hour, and yeah. I can't believe this is the last season. I'm kind of sad about it. I can't believe this is the last well, it's not the last season of Shetland. There's another one. What was the one I added to my list? I was going to ask somebody about. Where's my list? The Kettering incident. Has anybody... I didn't add that to my list. These are TV shows we think you'd like. Durham County... I'm going to add these to my list right now. Durham County. The Kettering incident. What was the one I added last night? It was about... I think this is it. It's coming up. Hold on a second. Death in Paradise. No, that's not it. Bosch Legacy. I have not watched that. I haven't watched any of the Bosches. Are they good? Why is that on... Oh, it's not on BritBox. It's on Prime. Oh, Karen Paris. This is the one I want to watch next. Tanya watched it. She said it was really, really good. Where's my list? Why is it not showing my list? How do you get to your list? Oh, here it is. My list. Okay. I have not gotten Acorn TV, but people have told me I should. Have you guys heard Murder Before Evensong? Okay. And then the other show is called Beyond Paradise. Tell me this doesn't sound so cute. Listen. D.I. Humphrey, detective investigator. If you don't know what a D.I. is, because in the United States we don't call them D.I.s. Okay. D.I. Humphrey Goodman and his fiancée Martha hope to start a new life on the Devon coast. When Humphrey joins the local police force, he finds that country life isn't as peaceful as he expected. Doesn't that sound so good? See, all of them have 6 episodes, so they're real quick seasons. I love that. After the Flood, Harlan Coben's Lazarus, Luther. Tanya said she didn't love Luther. She's like, she liked the main character, but she didn't like the show. The Fall. The Fall is what I need to watch, because so many people have recommended that to me. How many episodes? 6 episodes. How many seasons? Yeah, I'll probably watch The Fall next. Ah! Now I just want to sit and watch TV. That's all I do anyway. And then I got to figure out, like, I'll probably watch a movie tonight. It kind of feels like a Sunday, because I'm planning my TV schedule out. So anyway, I'll go inside, because we're not leaving here till 3:40. I've got to get my bag and everything ready. So I need to get off here in a second. But I'll go inside, and like Alex will have already like showered and done his hair and his skin treatment. So he'll be like all ready for them. I'll be like, babe, we have like an hour left. He'll be like, I know, I just wanted to get ready early. So anyway. So if you see pictures of us tonight, we're totally twinning it, but it wasn't planned. I'm wearing this black shirt. I don't have any other choice. So he can change his shirt if he wants, but like, I don't have any other shirts unless I want to wear a tie. I don't want to wear a tie tonight. I know this one friend of ours, he usually wears like bow ties to weddings, which I love bow ties, but I don't look good in bow ties. And I don't want to wear a tie if nobody else is wearing a tie. I want to wear just like an open collared shirt, you know what I mean? Anyway. It kind of looks like it might rain. Isn't that supposed to be good luck, like if it rains on your wedding day? I don't know. No, I think that is true. So anyway, another Halloween. We made it through another Halloween. We made it through an Advent Calendar Halloween book, The 31st Trick or Treater, for those of you that read it. I will probably be doing my review to that on Monday. And then, my movie reaction to House of Dynamite will be Monday. My TV video on Monday will be Sister Wives, of course. Sisters. And then I've been like already planning out my videos for the whole week, so I'm so excited because I got like drama videos to film, I've got like a couple book videos to film, a lot of TV show videos to film. Oh my god, I'll be able to do Shetland. I'll be able to talk about Shetland. I can't believe it. I've got to plan out. You guys, give me some movies, some obscure kind of either like made for TV, Lifetime movies that they're like so good they're bad kind of thing. Give me some made-for-TV movies that you're like, Peter, you have to watch this. I saw this like 16 years ago. It's like stuck with me ever since. Like, let me know. Because if not, then I'm going to have to pick up something like... I really want to watch again that movie with, what's her name? I always want to say Shawnee Katane. Shawnee Smith, that was in the Saw movies. But it's called I Saw What You Did. I think it's on Tubi. Because forever I couldn't find it. Maybe I'll watch that and review that. I saw, it's a remake. You did, Shawnee. Here it is, Shawnee Smith. Here it is, I Saw What You Did. Where can you watch it? Can you just watch it on the YouTube? Watch online. I know I watched it somewhere not too long ago. Watch online. I think it was on the Tubi. They take movies off all the time. Watch online free. Or you can watch the whole movie on YouTube. I'm going to watch that movie this weekend, and then I'm going to review it. So, if you want to watch I Saw What You Did, English, full movie, it's on YouTube. It's an hour and 30 minutes. So, I'm going to watch that this weekend and review it on my movie channel. So, if you guys would like to watch it, I'll let you guys know in some little inside secrets. But if you have any, for movies I'm going to watch, but if you have any movie recommendations of like Lifetime movies, cult classics, really bad movies that are so bad they're good and so good they're bad kind of thing, put it in the comment section below. I hope you guys are having a magically amazing Saturday. And let me know what you're doing this weekend in the comment section below. If nobody else has told you this today, I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya.